Stay with the arts. Fans of classical pop music were treated to a performance by baritone Josh Gробan over the weekend. It was his first visit to Moscow and he promises to return.
Yeah, Groban said he'd been dreaming of coming to Russia ever since he was a teenager. And Primetime's Alexander Abmonets found out what connects the singer to Russia. Let's have a look at that.
Josh, hello, and thanks so much for sitting down with us today.
Thank you.
It's your first time in Russia, although I know that there is a tiny connection in your family to this country, am I right?
Yes. My great-great-grandmother was from Russia, so a little far back, but I'm very proud of that side of my family tree, and it's been a dream of mine to come here since I was a teenager. And so, you know, as is the case sometimes when you're a musical artist and you're touring, you're just here, you say, oh, I'm finally in Russia, and you're here for 24 hours, you know. So this is the first, hopefully, of many times to come back, and the next time I come back, maybe it will be a concert, maybe I'll just come back with my family and learn more about my family here.
What's your relationship with this country?
I've always felt a wonderful creative connection to this country. I've always loved the composers, I've always loved the music, I've always loved writing with great Russian musicians, Walter Afanasiev, for example. And I've loved the food. You know, one of the things that I love about New York is that there's such a great Russian population in New York and so many amazing, authentic Russian restaurants. So I'm always the one kind of dragging my friends along to experience traditional. We'll go to the Russian banyas in Brooklyn, we'll go to Brighton Beach and go do that. I brought my dad, we drove for an hour and just sweat like crazy, and then you go jump in the ice bath.
That's quite impressive.
It was a huge shock, and I didn't know if I liked it. And one minute I was just burning up. I had to take off my watch and my keys and whatever because they were burning through my skin. And I had a big guy was hitting me with the eucalyptus leaves. What is that called?
Venik.
Venik. Very hot. And then immediately jump into the ice pool, and you come out and you look like you know, a beetroot. You look a lot like a lobster because your skin is so red from the heat and then the cold. I thought, oh my God, I don't know if I'll ever do this again. But then when I drove home, I had never felt better.
You're singing in English, in Spanish, even in Japanese. Are we going to hear something in Russian?
One day, I think more than a chance. I can almost guarantee it. Like I said, I've loved Russian music. I think that, especially for lower voices like mine, I've always considered myself a baritone. There are some extraordinary arias and Russian songs that are so great for low voices. And so I was just saying as I was walking around today, I'd like to make an album one day of great Russian songs. I think it would be really fun for that side of my family. And it would give me an excuse to come back here too. So yeah, maybe tomorrow night's too quick to try out a new song. I was going to, and then I had a journalist that said, aren't you afraid though that they're going to laugh at you for trying a song in Russian? I thought, oh, yeah, maybe so. So then he scared me away.
Now that will be a very serious question. There is an opinion that popularity is a way down, meaning that it changes human personality. So in what way did your popularity change your character and the way your everyday life goes?
You know, it's definitely a shock when it first happens because I've always been a very private person and my family's always been very private. I think that in order to have a normal family environment, you know, when I have kids one day, I'd like to be able to raise them the way my parents raised me, which is normal, totally normal, yeah.
Most of your songs are, I would say, romantic, but some of them are philosophical and there are religious undertones in some of them as well. So does it represent your personality? Does it reflect your character?
The songs, like you said, do give me a chance to maybe explore a more spiritual side than I would be outside of music. They give me a chance to be a little bit more chivalrous, a little bit more romantic than maybe I would be outside of music. I think in certain areas where I'm a little more shy, let's say, the music gives me a chance to shine that light and gives me a chance to kind of get a certain thing out of my system musically that I wouldn't normally get out in day-to-day life.
Is there a song representing your inner personality, your inner world, that you could say, this song is actually me?
there's a song called February Song that is very personal to me and very important to me. And I like that song because it represents the vulnerability of not having all the answers, but hopefully putting yourself on a path that will provide you with a great journey to finding those answers eventually. And to me, my path, both personally and musically, is about that very thing, not trying to force it, but trying to surround yourself with things that inspire you, with people that inspire you, and hopefully keep enjoying the journey. And that's all I can hope to do. You have to have the light and the dark. You have to have the dark in order to celebrate and appreciate when the light is there, you know? And I think that imperfect is beautiful. And a lot of the songs that I write and perform, I think, are about those imperfections. They're about kind of the middle or the gray area. When you're in love, sure, you sing those songs that are, like that. But a lot of times it's kind of in between, and there's a lot of uncertainty. And so I like the songs that are a little, maybe sometimes a little sadder. But there's always something to be gained from both the great stuff and the not so great stuff that happens in a year.
Have you learned to embrace those bad experiences?
I have, yes. Oh, absolutely. I think one of the things about getting older and having a little more experience, I'm not old, but I've gotten old. Well, I was signed at 17, okay? I'm 32 now, so I started very early, I think a lot of people maybe try to find their big break in their 20s. I was in high school, so I had to grow up very quickly, and I had to learn how to deal with the negative things very quickly. I think that still being very young when I started, I wanted to take those more depressing moments, and I didn't know what to do with all of it. I didn't know how to handle it. And I think that when you get older, you learn how to channel it. My nerves, for instance. I used to be very scared of going on stage. And so it would affect me on stage. I would feel nervous on stage, and it would affect my performance. I would get so mad at myself that I couldn't handle my nerves. Now, the nerves are an excitement. I channel it into a place that is about the excitement of getting out and meeting my fans. And now I pace, but not because I'm scared, but because I'm excited.
I would like to ask you about the Find Your Light Foundation. You were one of the founders. And this organization deals neither with poverty nor with diseases. It is promoting culture and education. Do you think these things are going to make the world a better place?
Absolutely. That generation is going to be the generation that decides peace or war. And it's important for me to make sure that other young kids had the same opportunities that I was lucky enough to have. Those opportunities literally changed my life. Those opportunities gave me the platform to be able to give to things like disease and hunger. And so I absolutely believe that education and arts education can change the world, and I'm happy to be a small part of that with Find Your Light.
Well, that's really a decent goal. Josh, thanks so much for talking to us. Enjoy your stay in Moscow. RT wishes you the very best of luck. Thank you.
Thank you for the wonderful questions. It was an honor to talk to you. Thank you.